Hey YouTube, Frogtoad here. Well, what we'll be bringing you today is what's probably going to be a two-part video on the Leatherman M.U.T. I've been carrying this for about a week now, and I'm going to give you my overview and impressions and a little bit of a review. Now, this was designed by Leatherman to be a companion piece for the AR platform. Now, what I wanted to do was to see A, if it'll work for that, and B, if it'll do more. So let's start out with just going over the features of it real quick. Okay, starting on one side, you've got a replaceable brass scraper, and it's a pretty good little pokey tool. It'll get into the nooks and crannies on the bolt and other spots, and I used it to clean the Beretta, well, all the stuff you see sitting here. And it works. It's great. And being replaceable, of course, if you wear it out, hey man, you can get another one from Leatherman. On the other side of that, you have what I call a pushy stick. This is designed to push the pins out for taking down your AR. And yep, it works and does that well. It is removable, and it'll accept cleaning implements. We'll get more into that a little bit later. Then on this side you have two blades. The first one is a conventional knife, does lock in place, and it actually has pretty good solid lockup. Partially serrated in a very small portion, a little bit, maybe just a little bit more than a third, and it's a chisel cut. Now I'm not a big fan of serrations, but if you have to have it, okay, make it a small part of the blade, and I like that blade shape. On the other side, you have a little saw that also locks. It's a pretty aggressive saw, actually. In the middle of the handle, you have the holder for the 1/4 inch and number 2 bits. Now you have a carabiner and a bottle opener. Then you have a striking surface on the end, a little hammer if you will. And inside is a replaceable blade, cut seat belts, 550 cord, and if you take this bit out and put it in the bit driver, it will cover this blade so nothing can accidentally get in there and get messed with. Now, this also is a bolt override, so if you get a jam on your AR and you can't clear it with the charging handle, you can grab the bolt and use this tool to pull it back and clear the weapon. Then you've got a titanium belt clip, which is removable. Now on this side, let me give it to you from this point of view. You see this pin? Moves back and forth. What that does is hold 2 bits in that are slid laterally into the handle. This one has 2 Torx. They're about that long. I'm not going to pull them out of there. And this one has, again, the number 2 and the 1/4 inch screwdriver bits. And these slide out, and this one will come through the handle. Is it a little hard to get out? Not really. If you push the pin over, releasing the bit, pop it, it comes right out. I didn't have any problem with that. So then you open it up, and you've got a really hefty pair of pliers. They're thick when they need to be, and they're thin where they need to be. These are nice. You can use these to pull the cotter pin right here. And other things. Like I said, it's geared towards the AR-15. I actually used these to take the front wheel off my bicycle a couple days ago, and it worked. I mean, they're big enough. This is not a small tool. It's a full-size tool. It does have replaceable edges on the cutter. So the important edges are replaceable. I kind of dig that. Now one of the things they also did was here, remember the threads on the push rod? Well, here is the female version. So, in theory, you're supposed to be able to use this in conjunction with a cleaning kit. Now, they advertise that Otis kits work on this. Now, I have a box, you know, full of cleaning stuff I've collected over the years. I don't have too many dedicated kits. I just have pieces and parts. And none of what I had in my box that I collected over the years threaded onto here, including, which bothered me a little bit, the stock cleaning kit that came with my Bushmaster. So that doesn't help me at all. The one I did find that fit was in this little portable pistol kit. It's marketed under Game Winner, and basically you unscrew it, and inside there's several different caliber brushes and a few short sections of brass rod. These are supposed to screw into the tip of the handle, and the handle becomes, excuse me, the case becomes the handle, and off you go. These actually fit in the MUT. So, if you buy it as a cleaning kit, you might want to think about buying Otis, or at least checking to make sure that the stuff fits, because it's not universal at all. Now, these are not cheap. These are running, well, over $100, say between $130, $150, depending upon where you buy it. So for me, it had to be versatile. I mean, there's no way I could justify buying an entire multi-tool for that kind of money that all it does is, what's unique about this from the perspective of an AR-15 owner? Okay, it has the pushy stick. A cartridge will do that. It does have the bolt override. That's probably the big thing. You know, that comes in handy. But that means, of course, that you have to carry it. So, cleaner, okay, nice, but not impressive. The brass rod, I like it. I like that it's attached to the tool. But to be totally honest, I could go get a piece of brass, a 1/4-inch round brass rod, about 4 inches long, for under $1, grind it into this shape, and the other end of it would do the job that this does. So, not negative, just trying to keep it a little on the real side. So, what does this really have going for it? As far as the AR-15 is concerned, yeah, the bolt override is really the greatest thing it has. But it does come with something else. The sheath, which is probably the best sheath I've ever seen in this application. The tool fits in there nice, stays covered. Of course, when I can get in there and put it in there, right? There we go. That is a nice package. It does come with a 3/8 1/2-inch wrench that I keep in the MOLLE strap package. It is MOLLE compatible. Big Velcro, plenty of room, drain hole, and then it's got 2 pockets. One here, and then one that brings us into the next thing. Now, versatility is huge for me. It's all about versatility. And quite frankly, when I first got this, I wasn't all that impressed, because it was like, okay, I have a bolt override tool, and if you have sights, that would come in handy. So I went to the Leatherman site and purchased their bit kit. This, I think, was $18. This had good and bad points, which I'm going to get into in part 2.